So I tried to record this, I don't know how many times, man, but I think I finally got it. All right. The character Adam Strange is from the future. He heads into the past in order to talk to the ancestors of Kal-El in order to inform them that there is a danger or a threat that is coming to Krypton to destroy it, and you must save Krypton so that you may save the future and save Superman. There you go. That's pretty much the entire pilot episode of Krypton. What's in the middle of that is we get the introduction to the great-great-grandfather of Superman, who is now dead. We didn't get any backstory. We didn't get anything. We didn't get any fight scenes. We didn't even get any lab time. We didn't get any father-daughter time. You know, we didn't get any grandfather and grandson time. All we got is him walking to a plank and dying, getting thrown into the cold, and he's dead now. Okay. So we did get an introduction from that point. Whenever he died, we understand now that out there, out on the outskirts, outside of the protected layer of the city of Krypton, that's where the Fortress of Solitude lies, okay? So we understand where the ice comes from now. We understand how all of that came about. Inside of the city, you're safe, you're protected by the technology because Kryptonians and Krypton, they're all an advanced race and civilization. So when you go outside of that protective layer, it's death, okay? If you can withstand the cold, you can go out there. And apparently, the House of El, they can withstand some cold, because I didn't see anybody shiver. I didn't see any coats, no jackets. I didn't see any kind of winter gear. So maybe Kryptonians are just immune to all that stuff because of their advanced technology. Maybe it's inside of their clothing or something like that. Who knows? So after great-grandfather dies, we see the emotional response from a young Seg-El, who is the new character that we have to get to know and love. Okay, eventually he's gonna be, you know, on our walls and in statues and action figures, and we're gonna rip off our shirts and stuff and try to, I guess, be like him or something. I have no clue, but that's where it's going to. He was upset, he was screaming, he was crying. You were supposed to feel an emotional attachment to that. I think that they just cut it too short, and I really didn't feel anything for him. Okay. I was like, okay, you're crying. We didn't even know the guy. Who gives a damn? So anyway, fast forward 14 years later, you see a adult Seg-El that's in the bar fighting out of his emotions and trying to, you know, con his way into some money, because whenever the great-grandfather was in trouble before his death, he was, you know, put in front of this trial. He was inside of a trial with some people that didn't like him very much because he was hiding secrets, and they ripped off his House of El, you know, logo. and when they ripped it off, it pretty much became a rankless person. So Seg-El and the rest of his family, they didn't have power anymore. They didn't have money. They didn't have anything inside of society. They were just rankless. And you see him kind of fighting and experiencing that life of how it is for a young kid growing up. You know, 14 years later, you're still struggling. You still have no financial security. You're not going to college. You're not going to the I guess you could say the industrial complex up above to work. You're just out there, you know, just pretty much fighting for your own. And then after that, we get introduced to Seg-El's friend, who's a bartender, who's probably going to be the comedic relief throughout the show. Seg-El is in love with I guess you can call her, let's call her a General Zod girl, until I get all their names and stuff correct. And then we find out that in order to get back into, you know, good, in order to get good with the people that pretty much killed your great-grandfather, you're going to have to save their people. So he ended up saving some guy that had a bomb, and the bomb was inside of the skin, and then they shot his arm off. This is real, people. I'm being serious. I know this is kind of weird, but this is what happened inside of the show, man. They shot his arm off. the people that killed and murdered his grandfather, they're like, oh, you know what? You saved us. We're in debt to you. Here, marry my daughter. Here, put your DNA on top of her DNA on a DNA machine, and it shows you exactly what your kid is going to look like and his history and how long he'll live. And yeah, all is forgiven. And then we have this moment where Adam Strange comes into contact, and he gives you this sunstone, which is a key to your grandfather's fortress, and that unlocks pretty much all the wonders of the universe. Pretty much Kryptonians, since they're so smart or whatever, they thought that they were pretty much alone in the universe, just like us. We're a bunch of dumb idiots thinking that we're alone in the universe. Can this thing move over some? Yeah, there we go. It's thinking that we're alone in the universe, but we're actually not. And that's what the great-grandfather has been researching, that they are no longer alone in the universe. And he's been researching this out in the cold. So we don't even know if the great-grandfather's dead or still living. We don't know. I think he's going to pop up because I think that, he flew after he fell. But no, I'm pretty sure he didn't. Anyway, the mother is a superhero. The father is a superhero. As far as they are part of a terrorist group called Black Zero, or they claim to be. And then that gets them killed by the General Zod lady, who just so happens to be the General Zod's mom from the girl that Sag loves. If you're still following this, if you're still watching this video, you're probably like, what the hell kind of show is this? It's one of those shows that's just kind of thrown together. If you're a Superman fan, you're gonna love it. If not, you're not gonna love it. Okay, but let's continue on. At the end of the episode, Sag breaks up with the General Zod girl. I guess he's gonna be more committed to the other house, to where he can get fed and clothed and learn science. And he still is committed to that new family, who not only killed the great-grandfather, they've now killed his mother and his father. So they've killed everybody. He's now an orphan. He's now out there alone in the world, and he gives up the only thing that he knew, and that didn't keep him from being alone in the world, was the General Zod girl. And he just tells her, we're not meant to be together, we're never going to be together. And that's probably a race thing, because DC Comics didn't want to turn the bloodline, mix it. Okay, they wanted it to stay pure, like they did back in the 1930s. So the girl, she gets her heart broken, and that's just the way it is, man. For some reason, that's just the way it is. Adam Strange, he jumps back and forth inside of his futuristic travel machine that we never get to see. It's kind of like a hue of green or red or yellow, and that takes him to the Fortress of Solitude, where Seg-El ends at, after he asks his friend, I need to go somewhere. My parents have just been killed. I need to be alone. Can you help me? Apparently he gives him some kind of machine, and he flies out there, flying the same exact route where his mother had just left. So he didn't get caught by the authorities, because like I said, the advanced civilization of Kryptonians are smart as shit, but they're dumb as rocks at times. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's the entire episode, and man, I tell you, it's something else. We'll see what happens with next week, and then I think I got everything out, man. So yeah, that's it. America! Oh wow! All right, I finally got it. All right, Adam Strange is from the future coming to the past to inform the ancestors of Kal-El that something is coming to them and coming for them, coming to destroy Krypton, in order to save Krypton. And when you save Krypton, it's going to save Kal-El. Okay, so